Um, so we didn't have a chance to make any money in that chapter. And I don't think we increased our intellect or strength at all, but we did increase our charm a bit. That was from talking to the guys. I'm gonna swig of water. Pardon. And of course I choke on it, because that's that's the Sarah way. Alright. It had been some time since we left the city of Darkonia. It is a bit monochrome, huh? With the white and black. It was intentional, you know, represent the order and chaos, light and dark. All that good stuff, yeah. It had been some time since we left the city of Darkonia, and we were halfway to our destination. CHAEL hadn't changed at all since before that night we spent stargazing together. When I woke up the next morning, he was just as cold and silent as ever, as he watched over the camp. When he was like that, he kind of reminded me of a guard dog. I smiled at the thought. It's getting late. Let's set up camp here for now. Shouldn't we try to get a little further before true dark sets in? There's still a bit of light. CHAEL frowned and looked at me. I blushed a little, realizing that he was stopping for my sake. It was true that I was tired. These last several days had been particularly hard on me. I wasn't used to such tough terrain, or traveling at all for that matter, much less for long periods of time. I knew it was starting to take its toll on me, but I had been doing my best to hide my fatigue. Was my act that transparent? We're stopping here, and that's final. Corellia nodded, and the three of us began setting up camp. But as I went to start making the fire, CHAEL and Corellia suddenly became tense. I could hear Corellia's low growling on the other side of me. Something was definitely wrong. I grabbed a small knife I carried with me and readied myself, just in case. Soon, the reason for their suddenly defensive behavior revealed itself. A group of soldiers, carrying the purple and gold flag of the new emperor, was marching towards us. We had been found. But what worried me more than the soldiers was who marched with them. It was a face I knew all too well. It was none other than the young Prince Durin, a dear friend I never actually expected to meet again, and certainly not so soon. Zuleika, I finally found you. I'm glad you're all right. As he looked at my companions, his expression became one of shock. Lord CHAEL, is that? Can it really be? But why? He couldn't believe it. The man who had kidnapped his dearest friend, the man who he'd traveled across the country to kill, was, in fact, the very man who taught him everything he knew, his beloved mentor, CHAEL the Wise. This was my choice, Durin, just as it was hers. Is that true, Zuleika? Was this your choice? What I think is funny is, how come Durin didn't recognize CHAEL back at the castle? Like, really? Come on. I mean, I get that he had a mask on, but like, he wasn't. It's not like he hid his wings or anything. Or his blatantly white hair and white skin. I nodded silently. The blue-haired man looked very sad for a moment, then held out his hand to me. Please, Zuleika, come back with me. Your people need you. I need you. I can say, I'm sorry, but I can't, or take his hand. Just some trivia. This is the same exact choice as when CHAEL held out his hand, but reversed. We're gonna go with, I'm sorry, but I can't. He didn't seem surprised by my refusal, but it upset him nonetheless. Very well, I'm afraid I have no choice. I'm sorry, Zuleika, but if you won't come of your own volition, then we'll just have to take you back by force. As Durin shot the first arrow, the soldiers behind him raised their swords and began to charge. In an instant, Kareli grabbed my hand and started running, as I watched CHAEL stay behind to hold off the enemy forces. I knew that both CHAEL and Durin were excellent fighters, and I shivered to think of the two of them, mentor and student, fighting one another, but I didn't have the time to dwell on it. Two soldiers were closing in fast behind us as we made our escape. Without hesitation, knowing that these soldiers were now my enemies, I threw my small knife into the throat of one while Kareli took out the other. Oops, murder. There's that violence, guys. It was clear to me, at this point more than any other, that there could be no turning back. The two of us finally made our way to a mountain cave, out of sight of our pursuers. It was late and the night was cold. I shivered, both from the cold and from thinking about what could have happened to CHAEL, who still hadn't returned. Do you think he's okay? Oh, I cheer up. I'm sure he's fine. He's a strong guy who can take care of himself. He's a legend, you know, even in Pyralis. I tried to smile back, but I also knew Durin's strength and skill, which were not to be underestimated. I couldn't shake the fear that something bad had happened to CHAEL, and if so, I'll keep watch outside for a while so you can get some sleep. Thank you. I sat inside the cave for what seemed like hours, waiting for CHAEL to get back and fearing the worst. Suddenly, I heard some noises outside. A moment later, Kareli came in, supporting CHAEL, who was covered in wounds. CHAEL tried to motion me away, but I insisted on staying by his side, and immediately started dressing his wounds with what little materials I had. CHAEL stopped me, taking my hand in his, and the two of us looked at each other for several minutes. There's no need to worry about me, Princess. I'll be fine soon enough. Nilani heal more quickly than humans. Who says I'm worried about you? I'm angry at you for being such an idiot. Did you seriously think you could take on all of them by yourself without getting hurt? Of course I didn't, but I had to protect you somehow. For your information, I don't need anyone to protect me. Believe it or not, I'm a fully capable woman, and I can take care of myself. Was he actually smiling? He suddenly grabbed me and pulled me close to him, holding me in a tight embrace. Princess, since I met you, I have felt and experienced so many new things. Pain, anger, even happiness. Before that day, I was lifeless. I felt nothing, not pleasure nor pain. I did whatever I was told and thought nothing of it. But you've given me life, and for the first time, I feel truly alive. It's a wonderful feeling. I wish I could hold on to it forever. You can. I'll stay by your side, and I'll remind you of what it means to feel. Thank you, Zuleika. Now that all the commotion is over, I have some free time before we head off again in the morning. What should I do? Yeah, same thing as the last time we were at camp. We'll probably talk to some peoples. Yes, Princess. Let's talk. You look upset. Something wrong? There's no moon tonight. The source of Nilani magic is light. Without a powerful light source such as the sun and moon, I can't use my magic. It's like, I know we've talked about Nilani having magic, but Dude, where was your magic earlier? I feel so useless on nights like this. You're never useless, CHAEL. Or, it does help when you have your magic. I'll go with the nice response. Even if you can't use magic, you're still an excellent swordsman. And plus, even in your weakened state, you still managed to help save my life yet again. Only because that Pyrolan was around. If he hadn't been here, then we would have figured something else out, I'm sure. I suppose you're right, Princess. I usually am. Or haven't you figured that out yet? I don't think you want my answer to that. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Alright, what should I do? Let's see what's up with Karile. Oh, hey, Zuleika. Did you need something? Let's talk. Who exactly is that Durin kid? You don't keep up with your politics, do you? Am I supposed to? I've never seen much point in dealing with that side of things. I just focus on the battles. So, who is he? He's a friend, or he's no one important. I'll say... he's no one important. You sure? You two seemed pretty close. He's just the guy who stole my position, that's all. We used to be friends a long time ago, but not anymore. I don't think he meant to hurt you by all that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come all this way to find you. Yeah, though, he kind of would have, right? It was kind of his job. I don't know that he had much of a choice. If I had a friend like that, someone who would cross the country looking for me, I think I would hold them closer to my heart. Well, yeah, he was looking for me, but like... to take me home by force. As like a prisoner. Doesn't quite count. I guess you're right, really. I shouldn't blame him for what happened. He was as much a victim in this whole situation as I was. Anyway, I was just curious. Sorry I brought it up. Oh no, it's fine. And... yes, Princess? Let's discuss strategy. Build up my intelligence stat a little bit more. I don't believe that Durin's attack was meant to be an ambush, but if it were, what were some of the flaws in his technique? Well, it wasn't much of an ambush. He had so many soldiers with him that we could tell he was coming from a mile away. That gave us time to prepare ourselves so that we weren't caught off guard. Exactly. And even if we weren't angels, we still would have been alerted to his presence in advance. Anything else? Oh, I know. He didn't know who the enemy was. Otherwise, he would have been prepared to face you. That's right. Failing to know your enemy beforehand can be a fatal mistake. If it had been anyone else, he'd probably be dead. Excuse me, we'll continue this later. Yay! End of another chapter. Sorry, my voice is starting to go out already. I'm sorry. So once again, didn't make any gold. Increased our intellect a little bit, and increased our charm a lot, just from talking to peoples. Some time had passed since the attack, and we were approaching another village on the way to our destination. Though we hadn't run into any more pursuers, I was sure there were more to come, and if the three of us were to be discovered in the city, I shuddered to think what would happen to us. CHAEL apparently sensed my unease and moved closer to me. Stay close to me, Princess. If anyone tries to come after us, I'll strike them down. I smiled. His assurance, as strange as it was, made me feel better. Yeah, don't worry, lass. We'll protect you from those guys, whatever it takes. Thanks, Karile. This light-hearted mood didn't last long. As soon as we reached the city, what we saw made my stomach turn. The once lively city was now an impoverished ghost town. Buildings lay in ruins everywhere, and the villagers looked no better off. Was this a result of the war? No, it looked more recent than that, but surely it couldn't have been the bandits CHAEL mentioned before. A few bandits couldn't have done all this damage. Let's take a look around. We need to find out what happened here. Stop, please! I don't know where she is, I swear! Tell me where she is! I don't know! I don't know! I think that's enough. When the soldier saw CHAEL'S sword at the ready, he left in a hurry. Are you okay, sir? I'm fine now, thanks to you. Who was it that he was looking for? A woman, the former princess, Zuleika. I see. Thank you for the information. I hope you stay out of trouble. I could feel a knot forming in my chest as I realized that I was responsible for all of this. That's what happened to this town. The Emperor's men destroyed it while looking for me, and now they were hurting these innocent people. I was afraid that something like this would happen, but I must admit that I didn't expect them to get here so soon. What are we gonna do? Personally, I think we should stick around for a while. Since people from this country won't recognize us, CHAEL and I will take a look around town, see what we can find out. As for you, as long as you stay low and don't do anything suspicious, I'm sure you'll be fine. But I hate to admit it, but the Pyrolan's right. If we can get to the bottom of this, then maybe we can help these people. I know that the situation looks bad, but if we act rashly, it'll only get worse. I suppose you're right. We'll meet up with you at the inn when we're done. Until then, Princess, try to stay out of trouble. Well, since we're here, I may not be able to help with the investigation, but I can at least help gather supplies. What should I do? Once again, we'll probably prioritize going to the library. Welcome to the library, the Center for Useful Information. Come to think of it, you look an awful lot like Princess Zuleika. What? Me? No way. Alright, if you insist. And let's do some research. I was a bit curious about Pyrolis after meeting Karile, so I did some research. I feel like I can understand him a lot better now. What should I do? Let's go to the library. We already did this interaction. And let's teach another class. Wow, that was so refreshing. My students were great and asked some really stimulating questions. I think they ended up teaching me more than I taught them, but sometimes that's the way it works. I earned 120 gold. Before we use my last action, let's look at the shop. You look like that princess everyone's looking for. You're not her, right? Because if you are... No, I'm not her. If you say so. Let's buy some stuff. I don't have quite enough for another intelligence booster. But I do have some stuff for some other things. Let's customize my character. It's always fun to try on new, cool-looking outfits, isn't it? Should I buy this item? Yes. So I can do normal colors, blue, green, red, or purple. And Zach says, no, the monochrome! And I don't want to put this on yet because we're gonna get this from CHAEL later. Save and continue. Oh right. This is my new look. Do I look good? Uh-oh. It froze! No! Technical difficulties. Give me a minute. It's not a great look. Oh man, I hadn't saved that entire time. There was an automatic save. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this is our automatic save here. Thank goodness. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna back out of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for trying to do things. Alright. Sure, let's do Sinister Spellbook. Excellent choice. I just hope you don't plan to use any of those spells on me. Should I buy this item? Yes. I now have more monies. I could buy another one of these. Alright, we'll save the rest for later. We already did this interaction. Alright, let's go to... Sure, we'll volunteer at the church again. Welcome, welcome. We could really use your help. Though, you remind me a lot of that fugitive princess. I'm afraid we can't let you in if that's the case. We can't afford any more trouble, you see. Oh, I'm not her. I'm really not. Very well, I'm sorry. I doubted you, miss. I don't really want to lose monies. I already did the finalist item. Let's do Console the Grieving. I talked to a poor little girl whose dog recently passed away. It was heartbreaking, but I hope I managed to cheer her up, if even a little. When I returned to the inn that night, CHAEL and Karile were already there waiting for me. So, what did you find out? Emperor Nephron has sent search parties out to villages all throughout Tyreka. Their orders are to capture you alive, and to do whatever it takes to find you. We managed to find the leader of the search party in this town and convinced him to leave, but there are many others out there. That Nephron, I really hate him. I guess the only thing we can do at this point is to continue on our way, and hopefully chase away some soldiers in the process. The other two angels nodded, but the solemn looks on their faces remained. After a moment, they each went their own ways. CHAEL remained in the room while Karile went outside. It seemed that I wasn't the only one with something to think about. So we can talk to CHAEL, or talk to Karile, or just go to bed if we don't care about talking to anybody. So let's talk to CHAEL first. Is something wrong? It's just seeing that man being whipped today brought back some painful memories. Were you whipped? That was a long time ago. But it obviously still hurts you, even now. Yes, it's all about the pain. When I was first created, I was filled with an overwhelming sense of grief. I didn't know why or where it came from, but it was as if I had lost something I didn't even know I had. Menorhi, that's the Holy Mother, said that it was because I was too weak, that I had strayed from the light. That's when the lessons started. She taught me to withstand physical and emotional pain by subjecting me to it day after day, night after night. Pain became my world. The pain I felt, the pain given to me, the pain I gave to others. Eventually, even the pain didn't matter anymore. Nothing did. That sounds horrible, CHAEL. It's no wonder you don't want to go home. No one should have the right to treat you that way. ... You should get some sleep, princess. Alright, let's talk to Greeley. Greeley, are you alright? Of course. I'm just fine. You certainly didn't look just fine a minute ago. I suppose I can't fool a smart lass like you, huh? That whole mess with your friend a while back brought back some bad memories that I haven't been able to get out of my head. Do you want to talk about it? I may have mentioned before that I didn't have many friends back in Pyralis, but I did have one. He was my second in command, and he was also my best friend. Was he like you? He was very much like me. We'd play jokes on each other all the time. It was great. We were very close, and I trusted him with my life. But as it turned out, we weren't as good of friends as I thought. The day before the last big battle of the war, the Tyragan army offered us a large bribe if we agreed to surrender. Many of my men were tired of fighting and would have happily taken the money. But I knew that the honor of our nation was at stake, so I refused. That night I was met with a mutiny, led by none other than my best friend. Our swords clashed, but I held back. I didn't want to hurt him. In a moment, he told me that he was sorry, he didn't want to fight me anymore, and I believed him. But as soon as I put away my sword, that's when he swung his, right across my face. After that, he and the rest of the army left me for dead, leaving behind scars that will never heal. Oh, Karile, that's so sad. I had no idea. I better go. See you tomorrow.